Steve, and I'm back to give you guys a review of the Vosteed Bellamy. This thing is awesome. I am loving it. So let's start with the first impressions and kind of overall EDC use. I have enjoyed the hell out of this thing. It's been one I've picked over other knives that were in the same price range or even higher. A recent favorite for EDC carry and work carry. It's easy, it's light, it's comfortable in the hand. But what really shines is the action on this thing. The design is aggressive but still normal looking and EDCable. The ergonomics are normal, they're good, but they're still nothing too crazy. There aren't any actual cut yourself level hotspots, probably owing to this micarta handle, giving it some kind of softness almost on the edges. But when you squeeze tight, you get a little bite right here, a little bit right here. That's pretty much normal for most knives, unless it's just really well contoured, but you get it, so I thought I would point it out. It's easy in and out of your pocket. This, I believe it's an Anso style grooving on it. Can add a little bit of friction coming in and out of your pocket, but compared to a titanium wave engraved Spyderco I have, compared to some other stuff I have, it's not a real pocket shredder the way those are, but it will damage your pockets over time. The blade is super slicey, cuts really well, and it's made out of 154 cm steel, which is an upgraded version of 440C. It's kind of a mid-range steel. It's good, but it's not an overly soft steel, but it's not going to really satisfy the hardness snobs or the edge retention snobs. It's just a good steel overall. The openings and action are really where this blade shines the hardest. The front flipper is easy to deploy once you get a little bit of practice with it. The blade is Spidey flickable, thumb flickable using that fuller, rear flipper, and of course, as I mentioned, the front flipper. All of them feel good, except the thumb fuller is probably the odd man out. It feels the strangest, but once you have a couple of weeks of just pocket time, or even less, because I'm a reviewer and I've had a few different knives in my pocket, you'll quickly come to flick this very easily and with plenty of force for the small size of the fuller. The action is incredibly smooth. This is probably my smoothest knife, and that's comparing to $400, $300 knives. This thing, I think it's ceramic caged ball bearings in there, are just ultra smooth, drop shut action. It is buttery. It's not hydraulic, but it is a buttery smooth action, and it feels amazing every time. I am loving the hell out of that. It is a joy to sit and flick. The handle is pretty solid. It's a micarta design. The green one has those Anso ridges, and the black has a frag pattern, which I wish I would have known sooner, because I would have waited and got the black version, but you live and learn, so it is as it is. The hardware is pretty standard Torx stainless steel, very easy. The clip is an ambidextrous deep carry pocket clip, tip up carry, good deep carry, but once it gets right here on something like your jeans pocket, you may have an issue. But you just push it down a little bit more. I've had that issue a few times. It's something that I do like to point out, but it's no deal breaker for sure. The knife is fairly well centered for a knife of the price. You can see that it's almost straight down the middle. It may be straight down the middle, and that's just owing to the grind that it gets the effect of being slightly off, or it may be just slightly off, but for me, it is as close to middle as I care about for my personal carry knives. The value for price is comparatively good to some others, but not incredibly outstanding. In the world of Chinese-made value knives and budget EDC folders, there are probably more effective for price models. You could probably get 154 cm and G10 for the same price. But the design, action, multiple openings, and materials make the $80 price tag. The only defects I noticed with this specific one I'm holding in my hands right now, this specific example, is there was some loosening with the micarta scale, and it got a little bit squanchy on me, you could say. But now I do the same thing, and I don't feel the flex past what is perhaps normal, and I don't hear or feel any squeaking that I felt there for a few days. So it's interesting that has gone away. If it comes back, I may let you guys know. But as it stands, it's back to being rock solid and feels amazing. So there's no manufacturer defects, though I thought there was one. Pros, cons. Pros, it is a great size for EDC, both aggressive and very reasonably EDCable. Good steel, good materials, great design, and those multiple openings all feel amazing. Vosteed is a pretty dang good company. I think for the price, you could have had a G10 and 154 cm knife, perhaps, and the thumb fuller right here can be a little bit weird because you can't get your full nail in there. It's not wide enough, and given the position. So I've been thinking about doing scores out of 10. My big fear is that it's just going to end up as a pile of 7.5s, especially since I only buy knives that I want to review. So we're just going to go ahead and try it. You guys are going to have to bear with me, and if I decide to change rating systems or cancel the out of 10, that is going to have to be totally okay with y'all. So please bear with me. But we're going to give it a try, and I'm also going to give the stipulation that in light of other knives and history and etc., I may change the reviews of some of these, change the scores. So we're going to start off with the Vosteed Bellamy at an 8 out of 10. That buttery smooth action and the truly rare amount of multiple deployments, along with the very nice styling and reasonable price, makes it an easy 8 out of 10 for me. I find myself reaching for it all the time. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown of the full stats before we get out of here. Hope you've enjoyed the review so far. The Vosteed Bellamy is $80. The blade is 3.44 inches. The edge is 3.23 inches. Closed, it's 4.4 inches. Overall, it's 7.9 inches. The blade is 154 cm steel. The blade thickness is 0.118 inches. It comes in at a blade hardness of 60 HRC, which I know is a little bit soft to some people, but just remember what steel it's made out of. This ain't Magna Cut, folks. Style is a slightly modified clip point. It's got a hollow grind there on it. Let's get it up here so you can see. The finish is a satin grind on that thing to give it that beautiful satin finish. The handle is a green micarta, but it also comes in black. It's got a classic stainless steel liner lock, and the pocket clip is made out of stainless steel with ambidextrous tip-up pocket carry. The weight is 2.91 ounces, and it's made in the country of China. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. I've been Cheap Tea EDC. Hope you guys have a great week. Peace.